A couple more things and I'll get you out of here. I'm a regular listener to the Carolina Insider podcast, which you co-host with Jones Angel. Back over the summer when we kind of when COVID hit and we got into quarantine, you mentioned you were going to go through the Marvel movies. How'd you like the series as a whole?
I tell you, Joshua, I did. And I was surprised that I did because I was prepared to not like it. And I had already been a grouchy old man to all my kids and told them that I probably wasn't going to like them and they were forcing me to do it. And we ended up blitzing through all those. And I think it was about a month. We watched every single one of them. And that was back during the time where we thought, well, this whole thing will only last about a month or two and then we'll move on with our lives. If I had known, maybe we would have spread it out a little more and done one a week. But I tell you, I liked it more than I thought, and I'm looking forward to the day when we get some new ones.
I'll tell you what, have you ever watched Game of Thrones by chance?
That's another thing that I have not ever watched that I kind of feel like I should.
Let me tell you, I've binged it twice, and the last time I did it in about a month. It's fantastic, and Marvel, I did that like you in about a month, but that was before COVID. It's all great stuff. Lastly, Adam, and I'll get you out of here. What projects are you currently working on, and where can readers find your work?
They can always, the best way is probably just go on Twitter at @JAdamLucas. Most everything I write is on GoHeels.com. They can listen to the Carolina Insider podcast, which you very nicely mentioned with Jones Angel. We do that twice a week during the season. We always link those from Twitter. So at @JAdamLucas, usually the best way to find that stuff.
All right, Adam, I want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to come on to Carolina basketball, man.
Joshua, always appreciate it. Happy to do it anytime.
All right, we'll talk later down the road, sir.
Thank you.
And there you go, guys. There is GoHeels writer, co-host of the Carolina Insider podcast, and new Marvel fan, Adam Lucas. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Roy's Boys podcast. Before I let you go, I encourage you guys to head over to the website, HeelToughBlog.com, where you can find your latest football and basketball content, and baseball season is right around the corner. We're going to sprinkle in some light baseball coverage for you guys as well. And lastly, I encourage you guys to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. The way you find every podcast, you find every episode of the podcast. Give us a like, give us a review. But if you subscribe, you get every podcast in your podcast, and you don't miss great interviews like the one we just had with Adam Lucas. Well, that's going to for this edition of the podcast. We thank Adam Lucas for taking some time out of his day to talk to us. We thank you guys for listening. And as always, go Tar Heels.